Hey guys, it's your favorite class trader. No, I'm just joking. But I did actually want to talk today about something. And by the way, I'm wearing headphones because it appears that the microphones on my webcam they were experiencing uh an issue with the audio levels, which I thought I had fixed, but apparently I haven't, so I'm just gonna use these headphones because of the mic that they have. So sorry if that's different, but yeah, I wanted to talk about the topic of class and disability because I think it's interesting. Uh it doesn't really get talked about that much. Like there's not much discourse on it. You guys know economically pretty left wing, especially by US standards, but really in Europe I'm just like a social democrat. There's nothing special. But anyway, I do wanna talk about class and disability and the most I don't want to necessarily say shocking, but I think surprising thing about disability, especially if you have one as severe as my own, is that we have no class. Um, what do I mean by that? I mean that regardless of um, whether or not we would fall by ordinary economic metrics, let's say like life expectancy, standard of living and stuff. The disabled person has to depend on others for almost every aspect of their life, even if they're educated, if they're have maybe a steady employment, but or if they're receiving welfare, but really it's so dependent on others that they don't really have a class. Like guys, um my mom and my brothers and my family um support me. I get meager social welfare that would not be enough for me to support myself. It's not enough. It's basically enough for me to buy what I need to try to get ahead, which for me and for most disabled people, since they can't perform traditional forms of labor, is stuff like books, Um, maybe art supplies, the occasional video game here and there, just because we gotta have fun too, and like, but we're not a part of the economy. Like, a lot of us don't go to work every day. We, like, I know people, able-bodied people, quote unquote normal people, neurotypical people are struggling even now, right? But at least they have somewhat of a chance of making it, of having some assets of capital, which are really necessary, even in a technically mixed market economy, in order to um have any chance at having your voice heard. Um, we just don't have that. We don't even have the chance to have that. And it's because that that's the weird thing about social programs, guys. Like, people just look at it as a handout. But the thing is, the way it's designed to keep you poor because, typically in states you can only make between 10,000 and $15,000 before they take away stuff like Medicaid, stuff like SSI, and they don't even give you a grace period, guys, in most states. They don't give you a grace period. Um, so yeah, disabled people are essentially left out of the economy, which means that they are left out of having a voice in a society which depends on the voice of your dollars, essentially. And, on the one hand, that's kind of good for us. I'm not even gonna lie because I've talked about before how I have ocio. I have leisure time. I can write, I can do this YouTube channel, and that's nice. I'm so grateful for that. But on the other hand, it's like, bro, like I wanna have a house of my own. I wanna have a family of my own. I wanna go out there, be a part of the community, and my income is, and disabled people generally, their separation from the economic system is a big part of the reason why they can't do that. Now, I'm trying. I have projects going on. I will probably try to find some sort of tutoring job here soon. Um, but yeah, the United States particularly is so weird in this respect, in the sense that it's the GOAT, like the greatest of all time, pretty much in all of history for disabled education and disabled access in public spaces. But after you're a kid, after you go to or get out of secondary school, like high school or whatever, you, they're like, you can go F yourself, basically. Like, I'm not even joking, bro. Like, even for kid or I was about to say kids, see how the infantilization even, like, it gets me, but, how people with an intellectual disability don't have access to fulfilling day programs or um the meager work that they can do is paid below um minimum wage legally. Now they just got rid of that recently. I'm so happy about that. But still, all of this other stuff that I mentioned, that hasn't gone away. And you know, to be honest, I don't think people can blame us for a lot of us, at least, for feeling disillusioned with our um government in a way which is much deeper and not the same as able-bodied people, but yet not different enough for the experience of class consciousness. Um, but you know what? Just as um the writer James Baldwin said, uh, I don't know if labor unions and oligarchs and bosses hate me and my people, disabled people, but I know I'm not in their unions. I know that they have paid me and my people the meagerest of literally poverty wages. Sometimes not even, sometimes we're forced to take wages under our parents' names so as not to get our health care and stuff taken away. So sometimes we don't even have the most basic of labor rights. Um, and I can only conclude how they feel about me. Um, based on the actions of their institutions and of, quite frankly, their institutions have treated me like doo-doo. They just have. Like, there's no other way of putting it. And yeah, I'm trying to make it out, uh, the sewers, man, the economic sewers, and actually, you know, try to show solidarity with my brothers and sisters, but like, if you're completely out of the class system, what can you do? I ask all disabled people, able-bodied people that question. Ask yourselves that question because uh disabled people will not be free until they can become fully integrated into the wider economy and start accumulating their own capital and opening their own businesses and raising their own non-ableist families. Uh yeah, anyway, thank you for coming to the what international comment turn. What session would this be like 9:13? All right, bye. See you guys.